Now, BP may sell its stake in TNK-BP as it seeks to save its landmark deal with Russia's Rosneft. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. It cites an unidentified person familiar with the matter. BP and Rosneft agreed a share swap in January, part of a deal to win the British oil company access to Russia's Arctic energy reserves. But BP's partners in TNK-BP say that violates their shareholder agreement, and they've sought to block the share swap. The Journal says that selling its TNK-BP stake is highly unlikely, but it's a sign of BP's resolve to save the deal. TNK-BP provides 25% of BP's oil and gas production and almost a fifth of its energy reserves, but time's running out as the Rosneft deal expires tomorrow. Well, our next guest says BP has mismanaged the entire deal. It still will go ahead, though, he says. Joining me live from Moscow is Vladimir Matias, MD of Goetzpartners Russia. Vladimir, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mark.
Is this deal then still salvageable?
There is a lot of doubt about how it will be resolved because AAR, the Russian shareholders, private shareholders, they feel really betrayed or, let's say, forgotten in the deal between BP and Rosneft, and this is very likely that BP will be forced to buy out AAR shareholders. However, the shareholders themselves did not declare that they want to be bought out. They are now suing BP for violating the agreement. And it is indeed quite strange how to agree first on the political level without agreeing with the current shareholders. It is like going to marry another woman without having divorced the first one.
Who's to blame for this mess, Vladimir? I mean, is it the CEO, Mr. Dudley?
I wouldn't say it is Mr. Dudley personally, because the deal was approved by the board of directors. Maybe they have received wrong advice, and the advice in Russia is very valuable. And also Russians are playing here not only checkers, but very good in check play. And oil check play is very expensive, as we see. Probably BP should be better off to consult also properly also with their shareholders before entering into an agreement with Rosneft.
Is there a chance that Rosneft might just walk away and find another partner?
Yes, there is such a chance, because BP is not only one company which is looking and aiming, targeting the Arctic offshore oil reserves. They are very attractive. However, they are very difficult reserves because of the geological structures, because of the climate, severe climate in the Arctic offshore region. So there are many things which will put a lot of capital expense burden on any company, and technology-wise it is a challenge. However, Rosneft could also move to any other company, such as Total, such as some Americans maybe, Shell, not only BP.
Meanwhile, Vladimir, President Medvedev, of course, has ordered the removal of top ministers from state companies by July the 1st, and that includes the Deputy Prime Minister Sechin, who, of course, has been negotiating on behalf of the government in the Rosneft BP deal. So how does his removal affect things?
We shall not forget that Mr. Sechin, as a Vice Prime Minister in Russia, is responsible for the whole oil and gas sector, meaning even after he will be stepping down as Chairman of the Board of Directors of Rosneft, he will still have lots of power in Russia, in Russian oil politics. However, it is of course somehow affecting the position in the deal, because he will not be chairman from the 1st of July. We shall not forget that 1st of July is in 2 months, more or less, and until then we should have at least clarity on the deal Rosneft-BP, because two companies are public companies. They cannot allow themselves to drag for too long time along the line of uncertainty.
Vladimir, thank you for joining us today. Vladimir Matias, the
Thank
MD
you.
of Goetzpartners Russia, speaking to us live from Moscow.